Countdown.
Yes, sir,
83. Bam Adebayo with 83 points. Damn, that got to be the saddest 83, bro.
It is, bro.
Not even just that's an accomplishment. He scored 83 points. That's like that. Not a lot of people say that, but it's just, man, like no one's showing him love, bro. Not one person showing him love. That's wild, man.
Yeah, the 83 was kind of nasty, and plus, people don't like that it was Kobe's, so it's like a slight toward Kobe. I think that's part of it too.
It was nasty because how he got at 83.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? I think
43
people would have showed love if he scored 83 off of just pure dominance, like he was just dominating. But he averaged like what, 18? He's averaging 18 before the game. He averaged, like, they were saying that he averaged 18 this year, 18.
Yeah, something like that.
And now I think he's probably gonna average like what? I think he's averaging probably like 20. Like he's in the 20s. It got pushed up in the 20s. So it's so nasty. Like, and he's not a scorer. It's like, bro, like, and you know what I think too? I have a theory. I think their NBA players have respect for Kobe, that they probably could have broke the record, but they chose not to out of respect for Kobe. So like for him
not to.
Because you remember who was close to it? I think it might have been two players I can think of. Luka Doncic, I think he scored like 70.
I think so.
And I think he probably could have got 81 if he wanted to, but he was like, nah, I ain't going. And I think the guard from Phoenix, I think he had
Devin Booker.
I think Booker could have broke it. I think he had like a scoring outburst.
Doncic probably would have had like 30-some free throws himself though with his game.
But you know what's funny? Well, you know what's gonna happen now? I think Bam Adebayo, I think he just took the bullet now because no one wanted to break Kobe. They didn't want to do it. Now I think people are gonna try to break.
Oh, for sure. Great.
Oh, they're gonna. He's like, oh, you think you could just do that? All right, for sure. We gonna.
They gunning for Bam for sure.
43 free throw attempts, bro. That's wild, man. It is what it is, man. Hey, don't forget to clock in. Hit that like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. Here we go. Oh, yeah, by the way, silent intros are back. We back. We back for another edition of Around the Shield, man. We appreciate everybody coming through, man. Hey, we got a lot to talk about. Obviously, we're going to continue that conversation. Everybody talking about it, man. The sports world is talking about not the 83 points, because nobody cares about that, by the way. But
Nope.
nobody cares. That is wild, man. And 83 points is a big accomplishment. But obviously, what everybody's talking about, the Max Crosby trade and it not going through, and we're going to continue that conversation. And y'all can see the number down below, the call-in number. This is a call-in show. Every Thursday is going to be the call-in show. I'm just letting y'all know. If you guys want to call in, let us know your thoughts about what's going on so far in this offseason. Obviously, the Max Crosby trade, where we can make upgrades, how free agency is going, the draft, all that good stuff. Call in the number 856-209-5978. Again, 856-209-5978. Man, Severe, what's going on, bro?
Man, still reeling from that.
You ain't really. You don't care. He's like, it's just another day as a Raider fan. You know, it is what it is.
It's just like, man, like I didn't get mad. And, you know, some people were like legit mad. I was just like, it's some Raiders. But the more I think about that 14th pick, bro, the madder I get. No lie.
I said it. I said it at the last show, man. This show today, we were supposed to do a mock draft, which we'll do at some point. But a mock draft would have been so nice with the 14th pick, because we would have looked at all the possibilities of getting top talent in the first round, which obviously we need on this team. Is we need some more talent at wide receiver. And we're going to take a look at the wide receiver depth chart, because this is obviously a conversation we've had before, and we've made jokes here and there. But I brought up how disgusting the depth chart for at wide receiver was today. And some people had the audacity to be like, what are you talking about? And I'm like, you know what, Severe, let's have this conversation, man. We're going to talk about the wide receiver depth chart as of right now. As of right now. To be fair, it could always improve. They can always add a draft pick. I get it. But let's talk about it as of right now. So we'll have that conversation too. We'll talk about the Max Crosby trade. We'll talk about the current depth chart, some of the latest and greatest as far as the free agency moves. I know the Raiders picked up a couple of players recently. You know, a kick returner, Derek Young, special teams guy, fullback, Hayward. We'll get into that. I mean, these are all kind of role players. Will they make the team? I think maybe Hayward possibly, because I think we don't have a fullback on the roster, so he's the only guy there. So unless we bring another guy in there to maybe give him some competition, I think he'll be the guy at fullback, which Kubiak wants in this offense. So I got no problem with that. But yeah, we'll get into all that, man. But salute to the night crew pulling up, man. My 2 cents in the building, man. Appreciate you pulling up. Rolling Dubs in the building. Was good. Black Sales, man. We gonna get you on here soon, man. Appreciate you pulling up, man. He says, yay. DK in the building. Was good. 1994 Tomas, man. Come to Modesto. Yeah, man. We gonna have to figure out a middle ground. I think you know what I feel like they should do? The draft should be in Vegas. Should be in Vegas every year. It's perfect.
Yeah.
It's perfect. It's perfect. But yeah, we'll figure something out, man. Hey, was good. Eric in the building was good. He said, yeah, that 83 was terrible, but he still got it though. I'm not. It's just it's crazy, bro. It's just crazy. Social media is just roasting them, but it's not even just social media. It's the players, coaches. Yeah. Did you see the coach for the Houston Rockets? Like, he was just like, yeah. But I think it's just what happened, how he got there. It was just like,
Udoka?
Yeah, it made the game look ugly. When a guy that scores 18 points a game gets 83, something is going on.
Yeah.
Something is going on in the league, man. Something's happening. Something is happening. Raider Way in the building was good. Appreciate you pulling up.
What's up?
Ace Boy in a Damian Lillard, Booker, Cavs. Yeah.
Donovan Mitchell.
Yeah. I don't know this to be true, but I feel like, records are made to be broken at the end of the day. It is what it is. Yeah. It's going to happen. The players are so talented these days, but it just felt like, there's times where I'm like, oh, damn, they could have probably the way they was rolling, the way they was scoring, the way they were just, and we're talking about Damian Lillard. We all know, like, in his heyday, like, just when he gets hot, he can get it going. Booker obviously he's had his moments. Luka Doncic, he's also had his moments. So I'm just like, it just random, so random that and we didn't get to talk about it the other day. It happened actually the same day that we found out about the Max Crosby trade, but obviously that was the main conversation that we need to have, and we're going to continue that conversation. So no sound, no, it's all good, man. And no intro sound did make a return today, so it's all good. We'll get back to our intro soon enough. So 831 says glad y'all went back to the night shows. Yeah, man, it's all good, man. We'll mix it up. Sometimes it'll be night shows, sometimes it'll be evening shows. You know, swing shift, night crew. You know what I mean? Swing crew. You know. My take says salute, fellas, man. Appreciate you, my guy. We got everybody pulling up today. What's good? Dirty Dirties, man. What's good? Good Raiders and Dogs fan. Okay. All right, man.
Okay, for sure. Okay, he happy as hell then.
Oh, you talking about Georgia Bulldogs? Yeah. It's a lot of like, cause, or are we talking about Fresno State?
You talking about Georgia Bulldogs? You talking about Georgia? No, I think they don't know when they say the spell is dogs, DAWG.
Okay, I got you. They
don't respect Fresno like that.
I got you. What's good, man? We got everybody pulling up today. What's good? Space Beast, cool football graphic when you hit the like button. Yeah, yes, sir.
Oh yeah, this little spinning football.
Oh, okay. Hey, there you go. Say you would have to. Nah, it's not gonna be. It's not gonna be. It's not gonna be the last time, bro. If you haven't
seen it yet, go ahead and hit the like button and test it out. Everybody, right now, test it out and see if it works for y'all too, and let us know.
It's not gonna be the last time for sure. It's not gonna be the last time, man. Baltimore Ravens. They have done nothing to change my mind to think that they're not scumbags. They are scumbags. Like, and we'll get into that. I think I don't know. I think some of us heard the Ravens GM spoke to the media, especially after signing, Hendrickson the other day. But I'm sure he probably was talking to media to save face a little bit, trying to like get ahead of it and like trying to control the narrative, as well as like, hey, teams like the Ravens and like a lot of other teams, they got people in the media. The Raiders got some people too that can help them put out a message that benefits them. You know what I mean? So, and some of those guys were coming out and saying things like, oh, well, like they'll say a lot of disingenuous statements like, oh, well, if the Ravens were wrong for, reneging on the deal, then there should be a long list of teams that are willing to trade for Max Crosby, right? I'm like, come on. Like, you see how like you seen someone say that?
Yeah, I saw it on Twitter. I saw the dude who tweeted that out. But like I said, that's why I hate when people say disingenuous stuff like that, because that removes all context from what actually happened. So like, if you saying that, they're making that statement in a vacuum. Like, oh yeah, it makes sense. But you put it in its proper context, then you realize how idiotic that statement is. So it's like you can't like if somebody trashes a product or something like that, you go to a restaurant, it's like, oh, if your restaurant is so good, why don't you have people lined up around the corner? Well, because you came here and you made all these false accusations about the restaurant, said the food was nasty or it was dirty or something like that. Well, and now you say, well, if it's so good, why isn't anybody here? Like, well, you just dirted the entire establishment. Like, you just said this dude is not healthy, he has long-term concerns. So now that's in people's heads. You've embedded that thought in the minds of GMs, plus the timeline. When it took place after that initial tampering period, people already committed their money elsewhere. So it's just like, that dude's an idiot.
Yeah, man. We appreciate what he pulling up. Make sure to clock in, hit that like button, hit that subscribe, hit that notification bell. Man, we got everybody pulling up, man. D Money, man, what's good? Appreciate you coming through. Do they need to restructure some contracts to make room for draft picks? I think they have enough. They have enough cap space. I'm sure they had maybe another move or two up their sleeve, but now at this point it's just going to be like third wave of free agent signings. Nothing too major. I don't think they're going to be handing out any type of like big time contract. Maybe, possibly they might have. But I wanted Rashard White at running back. You know, like I kind of liked him in the running back room. I know you mentioned him last week, and I was thinking about it a little bit more. I thought like he was kind of. I like that addition of him. Like he's a bigger running back, but also he's a pass catching running back. Also he could run. He could run between attack. Like he's not the explosive guy that some people were thinking like that might complement a guy like Genty. But the way that Kubiak kind of mentioned two-back system, I'm like, oh, okay, you want a guy that can actually hold his own and you can hand it off if you want to give Genty a breather, or not even just a breather, like just have like that two-back system type of a role. I'm thinking it's going to be more of a guy that can actually be an impact as a runner, not a guy that just can do like, protect the quarterback when it's a blitz or catch the ball in the backfield and maybe have some outside runs. It just, did you get that from how I for some reason I have that feeling that he wants someone that actually can hold his own at that number 2 spot instead of a guy that can complement Genty, like, because there's 2 different ways to go about it. You can either get a guy that's more of a role player that can complement the first back, which is like come in at third downs, receive it at the backfield, pass protect. You know, if you're a speedy guy, you may have those outside runs, you come in there, or an actual like legit, like, hey, if Genty go out, we still can hold it down.
Yeah. I mean, Rashad White would have been perfect. He ended up going to Washington, I believe. So he's with the Commanders. But yeah, I mean, I think that's kind of what's ideal for Genty, is to have another guy, not only that's there to, like spell him, when he needs to go to the sideline, get a breather or whatever, but also like to push him, just add some competition. Obviously last year there wasn't a single player on our roster at the running back position that offered any kind of threat to Genty whatsoever. So to get another guy in there that's, probably not going to be as talented as him, but that could actually still, okay, like this guy is deserving of some carries too, and kind of push Genty to do more, to be better. And I think in that scenario, like if he put up these exact same numbers, but in a shared backfield where it's like maybe a 70-30 split, okay, that you feel completely different about his numbers, because they're being had with much more efficiency. And I think if you have another running back in this better system, I think he'll be able to do that.
Well, is there anybody out there that, because at this point, Keaton Mitchell was the guy I was looking at earlier. Then he got picked up, but I also kind of like, just to understand my point a little better, like I kind of moved away from him because I thought about it. I was like, I don't know if Kubiak is looking for a Keaton Mitchell type. I think he's looking for a guy that he can trust to run the football, as well as contribute in other ways too. But also like I can hand the ball off to you and not think twice about it. You know what I mean? If let's say if Genty goes down, or or if that's part of like the role that he's giving, like that's the way I'm looking at it. And I'm not sure if there's anybody out there. I don't know, Antonio Gibson. I know someone was saying today, like Antonio Gibson.
Brian Robinson is out there, I want to say.
Brian Robinson, hey, he does kind of fit that. He's a zone back. That might be the move.
Yeah, I think he's out there. I mean, he's he's not as good as the other guys, but Jeremy McNichols, he served us. Some vicious when we played the Commanders. There's some other guys out there. They're a little bit older. I mean, it depends on if you want to go with a younger guy or older guy. But off the top of my head, I think Brian Robinson, that would be the name that immediately comes to mind.
Okay. I mean, there. Now that I thought of, Brian Robinson actually might be a solid one, because he has starter experience, so I think that's a plus. And I know he was with San Francisco last year, another wide zone team. So, hey, that could be an option. That could be an option for sure. Was good. Protect the shield in the building, man. My guy, man. Appreciate you pulling up. Uh, Raider Way said, Severe, you need a Genty sweater for the intro.
I'll take a hard pass on that, brother. Take a hard pass on that one.
That's hilarious, man. Hey, Smoke in the building, man. Appreciate you coming through. How you feel about the pickup? I mean, for me, it's just he might not even make it out of training. It's just like he's just one of those like, okay, but it's a guy. He's familiar with the offense.
Exactly.
Special teams.
Yeah.
But does he make it out of training camp? We do not know.
It remains to be seen. Like you said, him offering special teams value, I think that does help his case a little bit.
Yeah.
I don't know if he played. I don't know if he can play gunner. Usually those guys that are fast like that, they can play some gunner. So I don't know if he can, but he does know the system. So he'll be a guy that can kind of help others along. Probably won't make depending on what we do in the draft. Probably won't make the roster, but he'll get a nice little payday for helping teach other guys the system. So
yeah. Hey, so let's just get into it, man, because I know last show it was kind of us kind of venting about what happened that day, man. We were so locked in with the first round picks, and then we were just disgusted by the Baltimore Ravens and yada da da, and we were just getting into that. But like since then, a whole bunch of people have chimed in on the situation. For the most part, I would say a lot of the people are on like the Raiders side of things, like not so much that the Ravens didn't have a right to do not do the deal. It was more so how they handled it. And everybody kind of caught on and was like, nah, there's something going on. Like, this is weird. You know what I mean? And since then, I kind of talked about it earlier, the GM, DaCosta, he had a presser. Did you get a chance to check it out, hear him talk about, the whole Max Crosby situation? That was like probably the main topic of what he was being asked. I'm sure they talked about the Ravens and potential moves, but like for the most part, everybody was talking to him about like what went down, and he was super apologetic to Max Crosby. Is unfortunate. I love the Raiders. I love Mark Davis. Spy Tech. I seen him grow. Like I have a lot of respect for him. I know of him. And I'm sick to my stomach and yada yada. Just I'm paraphrasing, but you get to a point. He was just like really trying to like, hey, I didn't mean for this to happen. It just happened. Like it is, like this. That's how it went down. What was your take on the Casa? Are you buying it? Are you buying that like this is mostly to do with Max Crosby's medicals? Because that's what the Ravens want you to believe. It has everything to do with his medicals.
I am 1,000% not buying that at all, bro. Like, I don't know anybody that is buying that. Nobody with the Ravens fans aren't buying that. They expect me to buy it?
Yeah.
It's nonsense. Man, they have, like, the guy that did the surgery, he's a respected doctor. He said Max is ahead of schedule. He'll be ready by the season. He also said, I want to say it was him that was saying that they shouldn't have given him the physical at this point because he just got off of crutches last week. So there's almost no way that he was going to, quote unquote, like pass a physical. And passing a physical is so subjective. It just depends on how a team feels about a player or how healthy a player will be. I think Trey Hendrickson, he just coming off for surgery too. So like, but somehow he passed his physical and Max didn't pass his. None of it adds up. And it just reeks of them like feeling bad about the deal after the fact, and they found a loophole. Not even a loophole, they're well within their rights to do it, as you said, but it's just an unethical and sleazebag thing to do because any team can fail a player on any physical for any reason. Like we talked about Ryan Grant before. When they failed Ryan Grant on his physical, the wide receiver, to that point in his career, Ryan Grant had never missed a game ever in his career. Never missed a game, right? All of a sudden, Michael Crabtree becomes available as a free agent, and then they fail Ryan Grant on his physical, and they sign Michael Crabtree. Coincidence, right? Same thing with Max and Trey Hendrickson. All of a sudden, the asking price for Trey Hendrickson started dropping a little bit, and they realized, well, we can still get a very good pass rusher and keep our first 2-round picks. Well, let's make Max come in today for a physical the day before the trade is officially consummated, and then fail him. Like, if you wanted more information on Max's injury, you could have requested it from the team. You could have requested it from the doctor. I'm sure they would have obliged because they want this deal to go through, because none of them were doing shady business like they did when they made a trade for a player that they knew was going to be done with football, right? Nobody is maneuvering like them, but they're so messed up in their head because they've been doing dirty business that they think somebody's trying to do them dirty. So it's all circular logic. So, like, I don't believe nothing dude says, man. He's a sleaze bag. Owner's a sleaze bag. I'm punching on the first Ravens fan I see, man. So if you're a Ravens fan, bro, don't come in near me. I'm taking it out on you. Taking it out on you. Did
you mention the fact that there was reports saying that they tried to renegotiate the deal before the physical?
No.
So there are reports that saying that they try to renegotiate the deal before the physical. After free agency started, they tried to renegotiate the deal. What that tells you is that they were trying to figure out a way to make the compensation for the Raiders lower. I'm sure the Raiders were like, no, this is what we agreed on. This is what that was announced. This is what we're not going to change up on it. We have to tell other teams no, and you want to come back and try to change the deal. Yeah. Fast forward, Max Crosby has a physical, and somehow a guy that they knew that was recovering from injury fails his physical. Yeah. So there's a lot of like shadiness going on here with the Ravens. A lot of it is cold feet. A lot of it is like, you know what, buyer's remorse. Why usually when players get traded, they usually come the next day to do a physical. For whatever reason, Max had to come in like 4 or 5 days later to do the physical. But real quick, let me address this super chat. D Muddy Man, he said, appreciate the super chat. He says, thanks for the shout out. I appreciate you answering the question I've asked. Much love to Nation. Just win, baby. Oh man, appreciate it, my guy. Appreciate you coming through, man. We're gonna give you the Raiders salute. Yeah, man. Appreciate you supporting the show, man.
Appreciate you participating in the chat. Yeah, man. But like you were saying, bro, I don't believe a word Edgar Allan Poe was saying. I don't know a word that dude was saying, man. He's lying through his teeth. And the fact that he kept saying, I love the Raiders. Like, bro, like, that's just like, it just reeks of you lying, bro. Like, if it's a legitimate concern, you're not apologizing that profusely. You just, a matter of fact, like, look, man, this is what happened. You know, we really want the deal to happen. He's, I just love the Raiders. And like, bro, you laying it on too thick, bro. Like, it's just doing way too much, and it just reeks of you've been had, and you're trying to throw people off the scent. But everybody in the business knows you're a scumbag and you're a sleazeball and you do dirty business.
Yes, sir.
All the media was cooking you. Obviously, like as you alluded to earlier, you have your loyalties in the media circle. So there are people that are going to carry water for you, and no matter what you do, you know they're going to make some kind of excuses for you. But by and large, people involved in the football business think you're a dirtbag for what you did.
Yeah.
And the players have to look at that too. Because not only did you F over the team, you could be potentially messing with a guy like Max Crosby, his earning potential. If there are some endorsements out there or anything like that, saying that there's a prospect that he won't be the same player anymore, okay, maybe somebody was thinking about signing them to an endorsement deal. Maybe they back off. Okay, maybe we wait now. Let's see what he does this year. We don't want to be signing damaged goods to be endorsing our product, or have him sitting on the sideline being the guy that's the face of our product. Okay, we'll pull back a little bit and we'll wait and see. Like, bro, that's dirty business, man. Dirty business.
And you got to keep in mind, like, the Ravens have never traded a first-round pick for a player or a couple of first-round picks for a player. They've never done that. So there is a lot of pressure, I'm sure, on DeCasca. If it didn't work out, there weren't, if something were to go left, he probably wouldn't be coming back as a GM. So he probably felt the pressure of that too, because you give him 4 days. And that's why they need to change it up a little bit. there's something like, I don't know, the rules just seem like there has to be some type of, usually sometimes when something, because we've never seen something like this happen before with a player of, you know, Max Crosby caliber, and a team just like be like, yeah, like we don't want to trade for him no more. We've never seen that. And that's why everybody was talking about it. That's why it was like the insiders, everybody was just like so shocked, like, and they were going in on the Ravens. But you notice that as time went on, like a day or two, then you start seeing some people in the media like, oh, well, you know, the Raiders, they were withholding information. You just heard some just crazy takes on the situation with no context at all. And I said one earlier when someone was like, oh, well, if, you know, the Ravens were wrong for doing what they did, then there should be a line of football teams looking to trade for Max. Nah, that's not how it worked, man. You know that's not how it works. If anything, there's going to be a line full of teams trying to lowball the Raiders.
Exactly.
But obviously the Raiders, which I'm with them, they're not going to accept anything less than 2 first-round picks.
Yeah.
Hold on.
That remains to be seen. I don't know if they want to save anything less than 2 first-round picks. That remains to be seen. Their asking price should still be that, and depending on how motivated they are to move them, then they may have to move off of that. But if they're content with keeping them on the team, then the asking price will remain at 2 first-round picks. They had multiple teams that were willing to trade that for him. You know, we know the Bears were one of the teams. I think the Patriots were the other team. But you know, these fools done salted the earth. You feel me? Like you can't put that narrative out there and fail him on a physical, and then you destroyed his trade value. Like that's what you did. It's say, oh, well, why nobody else wants him? Like, bro, because of what you just did. That's why we don't have these other offers, and because of the time in which you did it. If you'd have did this days ago, and okay, then the Raiders would have had an opportunity to recover. We talked about it on last week's show, where like, man, the timeline to trade Max, to get the most value for a Max trade is before the tampering period begins, because teams won't have committed their money already. So that's why we were saying, like, yo, man, something's gonna happen. I assume something's gonna happen like Monday morning, late Monday morning. Since it didn't happen that initial day, but then it ended up happening that Friday. So it's like, okay, well, damn, okay, we got to trade. But then they wait until the Tuesday before the trade is consummated for them to say, oh, he failed his physical. Like, yeah. Bro, like you could have did all this research. Like you said, when we traded Geno Smith, we knew what was going on. Geno Smith was in New York that day getting a physical. Mm-hmm. Or, push come to shove, fly your doctors out here to Vegas. Make it happen. Yeah. Like, you can get it done that day. Yeah. If you really want it, if you're really motivated to make this deal. But I think they were hedging their bets from the very beginning. And you know, this was a contingency plan. This was like a shock and awe, but they always had the Trey Hendrickson thing in the back of their minds. They had, when Max and his family was at the Baltimore Ravens facility, they were on the phone with Trey Hendrickson that day, knifing this dude in the back. It's like, bro, it's just dirty business, bro. It's just dirty business. But the thing that's worse is that, like people were like, oh man, I hope the Ravens are terrible next year. Like, but I don't know why, because that was supposed to be our first round pick. So if they're bad next year, I'm gonna be even madder. Or this year, I'm gonna be pissed. Because that'll be the top 10. Like, bro, so you almost got to root for them to be just like average. So you're like, okay, well, we didn't get the 20th pick. Okay, well then, you know. But like, if they suck. Oh, dog, I'm gonna be hot, because that should have been ours. Yeah, nah, facts. Yeah, that's cold, man. They had him in the building, and what they tried to say was, we had a plan to pair Hendrickson with Max Crosby. That was not the plan. Stop acting like that was the ultimate plan. No, it wasn't. That was probably something that you thought about, maybe. But then you were like, we'll see if the Raiders will take less than what we agreed to. Obviously, the Raiders would be like, nah, like we told other teams that we agreed to deal with you. And, you know, like someone in the chat was saying, like teams like the Bears were, you know, reportedly going to give a couple of first round picks. I know the Cowboys were reportedly going to give a first and a second, you know, and
and I think the Patriots was another team that also offered a couple of first round picks. So these are all teams that were aggressive in free agency, or at least like they were active in free agency of adding players to the roster. So the other part to it is that when you trade for a player, there's going to be a cap hit. So for people saying that, oh, well, like if there should be a line of teams looking to trade for Max, if it's that simple, well, no, it's not that simple. Like a lot of the teams that were interested, that were willing to trade for Max are not available anymore. And Max had I think he probably had a small list of teams that he wanted to get traded to. And the Ravens were a part of that small list. And the Raiders trying to do right by Max, but also trying to make sure they get a competitive and good offer. Like they made sense for both sides. And that's another thing too, man. Max not leaving the way he did in a professional manner. You know what I mean? I'm not saying he's a perfect guy, but like he didn't burn any bridges. So that's why like this whole situation, like he still can come back and it's still, everything's good. But there is a possibility he still can get traded. I'm not saying that's not going to happen, but it's not a situation where like, a player is just like, saying all types of crazy things about coaches, people in the building, like they'll burn people. Sometimes some of these players will burn bridge. Like there's no way that he could come back after that. You know what I mean? Max didn't leave on that note. So that's why like, Spytech and everybody in that building can bring back Max and be like, hey, you know what? We're willing to rock with Max. And then Max came out with the IG post saying that, hey, it's meant to be. I'm back. Yada, yada, yada. We'll see what happens. I mean, I don't think, Tom Pelissero was talking about like, it doesn't really necessarily mean that the Raiders won't trade him. But I think now that we know that Max is also working with the Raiders to make sure that they also win on the deal, like it's a win-win situation, I think that them saying the right things right now might help them down the line for a potential deal that will be at least reasonable, if that makes sense. Like if it's a situation where like Max is like, oh, I want to leave, and like it kind of hurts the Raiders a little bit. Like that means like they're a little bit desperate. And then when teams know that you're desperate, then that means you're not going to get the best deal. You might get like I'm not going to say second rounder, but you're not going to get what you want out of the deal. But let me address this super chat real quick. My guy Francis in the building, man. Appreciate the super chat. He says, I got 5 on it. RIP Flock Nation, man. Yeah, man. I was talking to some of the Raven fans, man. They are like biased as hell. But I'm not gonna act like there ain't Raider fans that's not biased as hell too. But like they were like, oh well, you scumbags. Oh, that's a little strong. Like you guys lied to the Ravens. You guys didn't disclose any information about his injury. Like, so you're telling me that $1 billion organization in contract negotiations, trade negotiations, they're not going to get any information about Max injuries? They're not going to know what's going on with his knee? That's the problem that a lot of people around the league had, was that the Ravens try to come off like they didn't know anything about his knee. And like you mentioned the other day about the physicals, they're all very subjective. What one team will pass, another team will fail. And like I pointed out earlier, there were reports that the Ravens were trying to negotiate that contract with the Ravens before the physical. So that means that they were already thinking about like they wanted to change up the agreed terms. Once the Raiders kind of told them no, but somehow, some way, a failed physical came about, and now that's the reason why Max is not going to the Ravens. But we all know that's not true. But look, man, we appreciate everybody coming through. Make sure to clock in, hit that like button, hit that subscribe, and hit that notification bell. But other than that, man, I'm kind of good with free agency. I like a lot of the moves. They kind of upgraded. They added some talent to that defense that needed it. It's going to be interesting to see if Max got kind of like is still with the team and plays out the year this year. Like how's he? Where are they going to put Max? Are they going to put him at a 3-4 end? Are they going to put him at outside linebacker? Where are they going to put Kwity Paye? Is he going to be 3-4 end? Is they going to put outside linebacker? Like where are they going to like how are they going to make it work? But another thing too, when we talked about this before, man, hopefully this is the first year that Max will actually like just take some plays off. You ain't got to play 100% of the snaps. Like, be a part of rotation where you play. You obviously gonna play majority of the snaps, but like, be a part of that rotation. Like, we need you to be healthy. Like, if you're gonna stay with the Raiders long term, I want you to play as long as possible. I'm sure that's probably what he wants to do, and I'm sure like there's people in the building like Tom Brady, who's a guy that played into his 40s. I know different position quarterback. They don't get hit as much. It's not as a violent of position compared to like, a defensive end, an edge rusher, but. I'm just saying, man, I love the part about his game where he has a nonstop motor, but you ain't got to play every snap. Like, you playing every snap, we know that you're going to get, we all know football is a violent sport. Like, you're going to get hurt. Like, it is what it is.
I mean, Max is his ideal position in this defense. He's 3-4 as outside linebacker. Kwity Paye probably more of a 5 technique. Can he play some 3-4? I wouldn't want him there, but he can play it. Like,
he's athletic though. Kwity Paye is athletic. He's athletic,
but I really wouldn't want him at outside linebacker, to be honest with you. Quay Walker, my ideal position, in my opinion, for him is outside linebacker in a 3-4. But he played inside with Georgia. He played inside with Green Bay. So he'll likely play inside. Him and Nakobe will probably play inside. It'll probably be Malcolm, Quay, Nakobe, and Max as outside linebackers. Kwity Paye, probably Adam Butler if we don't get another guy, and like Laulu as the three defensive lineman. And that defense is my assumption right now. If the roster sits where it is right now.
So Max on one side is outside linebacker. The other outside linebacker spot will be Quay Walker.
Kuntz.
Or Kuntz?
Right now, probably Kuntz. Because Quay can play inside linebacker in a 3-4. Kuntz can't. If you want your best guys on the field, then that's probably the alignment you go with.
That's kind of interesting.
I don't want Eichenberg or Lindenberg weak ass out there.
Yeah. No, but I'm kind of intrigued by Quay Walker at outside linebacker because the Packers didn't use him like that, but he's athletic enough. And you pointed out he does have like certain traits that you would want at that position. So I just wanted to see.
I was watching him when he was at Georgia too. I was watching him at Georgia, and his ability, he can rush the passer. Mm-hmm. There were some times where they lined him up like damn near like a 3 tech, like, but it was as a blitzer, but like damn near a 3 tech, and let him rush. And he's standing up, but he was able to do it. He was able to take on guards and shed blocks, and like he did it from the outside or blitzing from the edge too. So I think he's a guy that has the ability to do it. He has pretty long arms. He's athletic. He's pretty twitchy, so I think he could do it well.
Black Sales says, I think Max, Kwity, Kuntz, and Stone will be outside linebackers. And then, I think Quay and Nakobe inside.
I can see that. I can see Kwity being an outside linebacker. I can see that too. Because, if they want to put Tonka,
don't tell Severe Tyree.
He can play 3-4 defensive end too.
Don't say Tyree.
Hell no. Tyree not starting at all.
I feel like Tyree.
He for sure not.
I feel like Tyree would be a perfect 3-4 end, but then like, as far as from a physical standpoint, but then like we all know like physical, he has all the physical traits, but
he not starting over Laulu. Like Tyree couldn't start over Snowden. They was giving Snowden a run before they gave Tyree run, and usually the position coach is the person that decides the alignments. And Robbie Leonard is the defensive coordinator now, so he knows exactly what Tyree is. So Tyree not.
He'll be a part of the rotation. He'll be part of the rotation.
He'll for sure be part of the rotation.
Yeah,
they might throw him sometimes at the outside too. Just to mix some stuff up. But I don't think he's starting. I think they start. I think they'll start Tonka for him. I think Laulu is a lock to start at 5 tech. I think Adam Butler is probably going to be the nose if we don't get anybody else.
Yeah.
And then the other spot is up for grabs, and it's going to probably be between Tonka and Tyree. And I think I prefer Tonka at that spot right
now. Are you going to keep up with the theme of the offseason so far, which is the defense, and draft someone on defense in the second round? Is that where you're leaning towards? Because we do need a nose tackle. We don't got a nose tackle on the roster, we do need a traditional nose tackle.
I think Adam Butler, who's played nose in the past. He played nose with the Patriots. He played basically a little bit of that for us. You know, we were kind of in that 5-2 defense. He lined up, you know, zero tech sometimes. But he's a guy that can do it. He lined up to 1 tech too, but he's a guy that can do it. But you know, I'd read because we just talked about how trash our wide receiver core is, and I know we're gonna really get into it later. But like, if we're drafting Mendoza #1 overall, now obviously if we had the 14th pick, we can address wide receiver there or address no defensive tackle there. But since we don't have that, then I think we need to address that in the second round. So I mean,
Oh man, I just oh damn, we got a call, but I missed it, man. My bad. If you could call back again, 704, man, could call back again. Call back again. I see that you well, you know what? You left a voicemail. Let's see. Make sure you ain't saying anything crazy on here, man. That's another thing, man. You got to keep it respectful. Keep it respectful. Keep it, try to keep it PG. PG.
Yes, PG is
PG. You know what I mean? I know we're grown people in here, but so I can't say G rated, but just PG at least. But all right, so my guy, I wish I know I could see the name here, but I'm just go ahead. We got someone who called in and they left a voicemail here. So here we go.
Hey, how's it going? Capitan Fucho here. So,
oh man, Capitan.
Call you out, but I just wanted to tell you I'm very excited for the free agency coming up there.
It is what it is, man.
Right now, John Spectate is really cooking this week, and we got great players, we got great defense, we got great offense. I mean, we're gonna tell the buses right now. He became a maestro with that performance. But I will tell you for this right now. I mean, assuming for the core,
that's possible.
Because right now we can tell with Colton Miller, Taylor and Bold, Justin Power Johnson. So we should be like the plan for left guard and right tackle. Because if we're gonna draft it, we're gonna do with the free agency. Because I think the goal right now is to take the best player available at short positions, and of course for the right receiver. Because our positions needs a lot of depth and more talented depth. They're going to be a lot of it this year. Because if we had to do something about for the defense, we can need to pick up with another lineman in the free agency. Even one of those older backs for 1-2 year deal, because we need more depth and competition as well as experience. Because I don't want it to see like something like inexperience, even if it's upgraded, but I know we can do everything better. So I think it's going to be something very interesting. Hopefully they're going to bring between rookie and veterans to get study and, of course, all the things up. And I just wanted to tell you, salute you guys. I'm kind of future here, so I just wanted to tell you, for the Nation for Life and Max Crosby, I just wanted to tell you, Max Crosby is going to stay as a Raider.
All right.
So, we're the autumn wing, boys, because there's going to be so much interest in this offseason and, of course, this season. So, salute you guys. Great show, great take. Right there, for the Nation for Life.
Man, my guy, Raph, man, appreciate you calling in. Appreciate the calling and letting us know your thoughts on the offseason. My guy, you mentioned something. He mentioned something that I said earlier that we were going to talk about. I guess is a good segue into it. Is the wide receiver depth as in a position that we possibly need to upgrade. So I'm gonna pull this up right here. I had it up earlier. Let's see here. Let's see.
My guy El Capitan. So I saw a few people. The Egalitarian, I think Black Sales brought up something real quick. They both brought up Lee Hunter in the second round. If we do go defensive line, Lee Hunter is a guy to take a look at. Texas Tech, I think. But I don't know if he'll be available at 36. He got some nice buzz around him. Caden McDonald, I don't think will be available either. Remember last year I thought, Tyleek Williams or Kenneth Grant might be available in the second round. Both of those guys went way earlier than I anticipated because teams I think are starting to put more of a premium on guys, that play defensive tackle and that can make an impact there. So The big citrus might be available. You know, late second, Dominic Orange. He might be a guy to target. But those other two guys, I don't think will be in the running for those guys, unfortunately.
Yeah. But another possibility, and like Raph mentioned, he was talking about. He mentioned wide receiver as a possible position that the Raiders might upgrade, and he got a good point because currently this is the Raiders wide receiver room: Trey Tucker,
Yeah,
Jalen Naylor, Jack Besh,
yeah.
Dante Thornton.
Oh my God.
And is Dorsett still with the team? Is Dorsett still with the team? And I know they picked up Derek Young today, which we all kind of talked about earlier. Is more of a special teams guy. We don't even know.
Philip Dorsett.
Philip Dorsett, is he still with the team?
Did he go on IR? Maybe that's what it is. He's on IR.
I'm not even gonna. I'm not. Should we?
I ain't even counting.
You're not gonna count him?
I ain't even counting Philip Dorsett. I
Oh,
ain't counting Philip Dorsett.
let's take a look. Let's look at the. Let me see.
I'm not even counting Philip Dorsett.
You're not counting him?
Even if he is with the team, even if he's on the team, I'm not counting him.
Okay, currently, all right. Currently, did Justin Shorter did he make a transition to tight end?
He made a transition to wide receiver and then back to. He was a tight end. No, he made a transition to wide receiver this past year. He was a tight end. He was a wide receiver, and then last year
Went to tight end, right?
with AP, he went to tight end, and this year he went back to wide receiver
Okay.
under Pete Carroll.
I should even count him? Trey Tucker, Dante Thornton, Justin Shorter, Brennan Rice, Jalen Naylor, Shedrick Jackson, Philip Dorsett, Jack Besh. Some of these guys might not make it out of training camp. You know, some of these guys, like you're talking about bottom of the depth chart. So the main guys are for like the two rookies from last year, Jack Besh, Dante Thornton, Trey Tucker, obviously. And then Jalen Naylor was a recent signing. You know, and then all the other guys, like, dude, shit, I already mentioned them, but it's just like, oh man, like, and then they did sign Derek Young, but like we talked about last year, he had 2 catches for 48 yards. He's been in the league for 4 years since 2022. He had 10 returns in special teams, you know, so he's more of a special teams guy, return guy. He knows the Kubiak offense. Maybe he comes in there, maybe is there during OTAs and mini camp, and then training camp comes around, let the best man win, and maybe he hangs on, maybe he doesn't, but that's not a guy that I'm looking at and being like, oh, this guy he takes the Raiders wide receiver room to another level. And that's my point is the Raiders, I said the Raiders wide receiver room is disgusting. It's terrible. And when you look at it from this perspective of like, all right, you got at best, your Jalen Naylor probably would be the best receiver.
Yeah, right now, on paper, right now.
Like potentially he's like a number 2-3 type of receiver.
Yeah.
Trey Tucker, a number 3-4 type of receiver. Jack Besh, a number 3-4 receiver. Dante Thornton, a number 4-5 receiver, potentially. Potentially. Because it could be worse. And worse means he doesn't even make it out of training camp. I'm telling y'all right now, if he doesn't get better from what he did last year, this is a new coaching staff.
Exactly.
Just saying.
Exactly.
He could easily not make it make it out of training camp.
Yeah.
So I'm bringing this all up to say that like that second round comes around, or that when that first round comes around and they're getting to like near the end of that first round and there's a receiver there. Hey, Raiders got four fourth round picks. If they can package their second round pick and a fourth rounder to go grab a guy that can potentially start on the outside, that's like a Denzel Boston, I'm not mad at it. I'm really not mad at it. But I don't know if it's gonna be possible for them to do that, because Denzel probably is gonna go. Like I could see him going in the 20s at least.
Mid-20s.
Yeah, at the latest, the 20s. the 20s.
I guess see that happening.
Especially give another weapon to one of these like playoff teams. You know what I mean? Like another guy like the Bills. The Bills need a receiver, bad.
Yeah. See, what makes it so bad is that first of all, we had the 14th pick, bro. It's just we had the 14th pick, man. That's what makes it so bad. And then the fact that we won that Chiefs game, so it dropped our second round pick back further. So now, you know, we're gonna have to give up more compensation. So we went from a situation where we were adding draft capital to a situation, and we're gonna still be able to get Mendoza presumably, and probably get, you know, an impact player, a very good player at 14. Whether you want to go wide receiver, I know a lot of people like that guard. You want to go with that guard. You know, you want to go defense. Like, you had an opportunity to do that at 14, and now we're talking about, well, though, if a guy falls down and there's a team that's willing to do it, then we can trade it. It's like, bro, just having to be in this position, it's just disgusting. And part of the reason why we're in that position is because we won that Chiefs game. But we were sitting with the first pick in the second round, then, you know, maybe we can kind of keep our powder dry, not trade up, and the guy will be available with that first pick of the second round, and we can jump on him, right? And we got bring that guy into the building. That guy is our rookie. Pair him with Fernando. But now, since we're a few picks back, now we got to worry about not only the teams that are in front of us, but the teams that are going to be willing to trade in front of us at the top of the second round. So we just created more problems for ourselves for a meaningless win at the end of the season. So this whole situation is terrible. Like, the Ravens are disgusting. Pete Carroll is a piece of shit. It's all terrible, man. It's all terrible.
Man, yeah, no, facts. Because that number 14 pick, I was looking at wide receiver. I was thinking about like offensive line. I'm like, man, if you just add a guard to this offensive line, like a legit guard, and like, I mean, which they still can do, but like, let's say if it was like a Vega, you know what I mean, from the Penn State guard, I'm like, man, like. Yeah. You just turn into one of an elite. You could possibly be an elite offensive line year one. I'm like, and then you could just wait till the following offseason to grab that, you know, wide receiver that you need on the outside. You know, because you can't address all the needs.
Rely on the run game. Just rely on the run game and Brock.
Yeah.
Genty or RB2 and Brock. That'll feed families with a dominant offensive line.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's one side of the argument. And the other side is like, man, if Jordan Tyson was there. You know, Jordan Tyson, Carnell Tate, which most likely Tyson and Tate probably going to the top 10. But the thing is, when you're at number 14, you could think about the possibilities. And then there's a Mekhi Lemon. I'm not like, I know you're like, hey, I'll take, you know what? I wouldn't be mad at it, but I was like, man, it's just another smallish receiver. I just want a guy that, you know, maybe it's a little biased. I want to get a guy that's at least six foot, as far as, you know what I mean, as far as what you want on the outside. You know,
he fits Kubiak's system like a glove, bro. He fits Kubiak's system like a glove. That's the thing. That's the thing. Like, you know, like usually I like taller receivers too. You know, my favorite receiver all time is Megatron. So like, I like big athletic receivers, big catch radiuses that can also run. Like I like those kind of players. But like the guys that have been dominant recently, you know, they've been those guys that are in that range, that 5'11" to 6'2" range. You know, you think about Antonio. I don't even know how tall Antonio Brown might not even be 5'8". It might be like 5'10". Yeah. But Antonio Brown, Emeka Ibuka started out last year dominant. You think about JSN recently. Think about OBJ had his run. Like those are the guys that have been killing for the most part. You know, they're obviously big receivers been in there too, but like Cooper Kupp, I think Cooper Kupp is in that range. Like those guys have been putting in work recently. So, you know, and now those are the guys that fit this system. You know, that fit this system perfectly. You know, the bigger receivers, obviously, you know, if you get a Devontae, you know, that you love that, right? If you get a DeAndre Hopkins, you love that. You get a Tetaroa. If only we had a chance to get a Tetaroa. That would be ideal, right? But I digress.
Measy, why not? Why not, Measy? Why not? Why not? Why not? If it's a second round and a fourth, and you got 4 fourth-round picks, and I just went through the depth chart at wide receiver. We literally do not have a legit outside X receiver on the roster at all. Why not? I want to know why. Tell me why. Or call in. We got a number here. You know, don't be shy. 856-209-5978 is the number. Call in. Let us know your thoughts. Talk about the Raider offseason. Whatever. Hey, add value to this conversation. If you got an opinion or thoughts on what we're talking about, call in. Let us know. Make sure to clock in. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that notification bell. Here we go. 1994. Thomas says Chris Bizarre II is who the Raiders should draft at 36. You know what?
I know. Pharaoh got cold feet about that.
Yeah, the more you think about it,
man.
It's like how I felt during the college season, and then you go through the off season, and you just let things kind of you be like, man, I don't know if I want to do it, man. The Tennessee receivers do scare me a little bit. I'm looking at Dante Thornton right now, and I'm like, it's hopefully he gets better. And I'm not saying that Chris Brazil is the same prospect as Dante Thornton. I think Brazil might be he's a better prospect.
He's better.
But I don't know, man. Tennessee receivers do have a reputation. They don't really have a smooth transition to the NFL. And specifically from the current offense that they're coming out of. So I don't know. I might have to pass on that, especially where the Raiders are picking. They're picking early in the second. There are going to be other players that can legit contribute day one.
Yeah.
So I can't even though as much as I want to get an outside receiver, I'm not gonna I don't want to reach for an outside receiver. When I say Denzel Boston, I don't feel like I'm reaching. I'm like, this dude's gonna start. Boom.
Yeah.
Now
so look, people.
Yeah.
But people, this goes to kind of Black Sales point he made earlier in the chat where he was like, wide receiver is kind of deep in this class, so we should go with a different position in the second round. Shout out to my boy Chris from Protect the Shield. He's interviewed Hugh Jackson. I think he's interviewed Hugh Jackson twice. So they're I don't know what kind of relationship they have, but he hit him up on IG, and Hugh Jackson coached at Georgia State last year. A sleeper I have in this draft class at wide receiver is a guy named Ted Hurst, and Chris asked Hugh Jackson yo man, what do you think of Ted Hurst? And Hugh Jackson was like, yeah, nah, he's a dog. He should be a day 2 pick at the latest. He's I think he said he's a beast. So I'm like, and that's a dude that was super productive at a lower level of competition. But you looked at the measurables, he's tall, big catch radius. I think he ran pretty well too. He did have a little bit of a drop problem, but he got so many targets. I think his drop percentage, he had a good number of drops, but his on the amount of targets that he had, it's not even bad. They was just basically the offense was just throw the ball to Ted Hurst. So he's a guy that could be available there in the third round that you take a look at.
The last time we had an X receiver, Devontae, a true X, Devontae.
Before that, yeah. Before that was a while.
Before that, probably, what do you say, Amari? I'm trying to think, because we went through those years where we had Waller and and slot receivers Hunter Renfro and after who was on that?
Crabtree, but he wasn't a legit top tier receiver, but he was good.
So Amari wasn't the X?
No, I think Crab was more of the X.
Crab had the chemistry. He had legit chemistry with Carr. So I think that's kind of what makes you think about it a little bit. When was the last time? Oh no, we already answered that question. Nah, I'm good, man. I'm good. It's never that serious, but I've been cool, calm, and collect with the Raiders, man. Nothing been phased because I've seen everything. But every now and then they do something happens. Sometimes it's nothing they do; it's something that just happens to them. This is a freak situation. I'm not blaming the Raiders for this. This was all on the Ravens, but it's just crazy that it happens to the Raiders. But it is what it is. Denzel Boston isn't like that to trade up from 36, especially if guys like Chris Johnson, Manny McNeil, Warren are available. Okay, so you like you like other players at other positions better than Denzel.
I'm not going Emmanuel McNair Warren in the second round. To be honest with you, I mean, I know that I don't like him as a player, but he's like a safety.
I can't do it. I can't.
Casey Concepcion, Casey Concepcion is super boomer bust. Casey Concepcion, he could be because he's such a
slot guy, right?
He's more. He could play. I think he could play outside or inside. I think they see the people type. If you're not like a big receiver, they typecast you as a slot guy. But I think he could, that's what they did to JSN. JSN dominated the league last year as an outside guy. So I think, I think he has the ability to play outside. He has the speed.
You know, it's funny because I was having this conversation because I'm gonna add another side to it because I'll be on social media. Sometimes I'll be tossing out what I think about the team, and some people will push back, and it's some good, valid. Difference in opinion. And what someone was trying to say to me was that, this is a wide zone offense. Like they don't really typically need to have like a legit like X receiver in order for it to work. You know what I mean? You can make it work with like guys like the example you just threw out, JSN. But JSN though, the year Kubiak got there, he had 100 receptions for 1,100 yards. So he has already established himself as a legit weapon in offense. Kubiak took that, was like, oh, you could do that? Okay, we gonna find ways to get you the ball. So credit to Kubiak to utilize him. He took it to a whole different level. It wasn't that like JSN was a nobody and didn't do anything, and then like out of nowhere, like he had, almost 1,800 yards. It wasn't that wasn't the case. It was like he took a guy that was already established as a weapon, who already kind of broke out in his second year in the league. Last year was his third. We all know a lot of players break out in their third year. You combine that with a Kubiak who had a system, good play caller. Hey, man, much respect to JSN, but also Kubiak also making it work too as well. So,
yeah,
I like, and then I kind of push back. I'm like, okay, then, because this person I was speaking to was saying that, like, all right, well, they don't really need to have that like legit outside X receiver. They don't need to have that. I'm like, well, why did San Francisco on day one of free agency, one of the most widely known teams that run that type of offense, go and get Mike Evans?
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Why did they do that? Why did they do that? Because they knew that was missing from their offense. Yeah. Like when they played good teams, because I don't know why people try to like argue this. Yeah, huh? They didn't have Ayuk. They didn't have Ayuk. Yeah. You know what I mean? And it was missing, and it hurt them. You know what I mean? Like they had the tight end, they had the running back, they even had the slot. I kind of like their slot over there. Ricky Pearsall. I like him, but he's not an outside guy though. He's not. You got to get some legit talent. You know what I mean? I don't think the Raiders have that in that room currently.
But straight up, that substation finna turn his ligaments to tendons, bro. It's finna be falling off the bone.
Oh man, don't tell that to the Niner fans.
This shit gonna be falling off the bone.
Don't tell that to Niner fans.
The second he step foot on that field, bro, it's gonna be wild.
What's messed up though is he kind of has been like injury prone, like the last few years. But the thing is though, if he gets hurt, everybody's gonna be talking about that. But they're not gonna point to like the fact that he came before he got to the Niners, he was already injury prone. Second round, I hope a receiver drops, or that's what I'm hoping for. That's what I'm hoping for. Is I maybe I'm biased though. I'm a little biased because I know you mentioned Casey Concepcion. I know you mentioned that receiver earlier. Someone was mentioning as a guy that they like better than Denzel Boston. Me personally, I like Denzel Boston, but maybe it's because I want the Raiders to get some size at wide receiver because we don't have that at all. And I know that it's going to work with Mendoza because he likes those bigger receivers. The same, but to your point though, like, hey, maybe we get a Ted Hurst in the third round.
Yeah.
But in the third round, I'm looking at linebacker. I don't know why I'm looking at linebacker.
I'm cool.
Oh, you know,
where
actually,
we're
you know
at.
what? Nah, I take that back. Because the Raiders just had a crazy free agency. I take that back. That was me pre-free agency. I was thinking linebacker.
Linebacker.
Now,
I say I'm cool where we're at with linebacker now.
yeah. Now third round, you could probably you can go like
Either way, a lot of ways.
You could go a lot of ways. Yeah. Okay. See, that's why
It depends on what we do in a second. If we get a wide receiver in a second, then third round I'm looking at big citrus. If we get Elite Hunter in the second round, then third round I'm looking at a guy like Ted Hurst, or people like Malachi Fields. Malachi Fields is slow as hell, but he is a big body receiver, big catch radius, good contested catch guy. He just I don't know, man. I don't like or Jacoby Lane, third round. I'm looking at a guy like Ted Hurst or like Jacoby Lane, third round.
In the third round, hey, Jacoby Lane kind of did his thing, bro. Yeah, he boosted his stock and he came prepared. I'll say this though, Makai Lemon didn't come prepared to the.
Nah.
You know what I mean? But if you want to base it off what he did in college, yeah, for sure. He's still going high, but Jacoby Lane actually boosted his stock, like you said. Man, we appreciate everybody coming through. Make sure to clock in, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell. But yeah, that's the whole reason why you want to wait until after free agency before you start doing these mocks. But I still was going to start one this week though. Because that number 14 pick, I was just like thinking about all the possibilities. It just would have been fun. Yeah. I'm going to have to wait a little bit. And then maybe we'll get to it. Because we all know what the number one pick is for the Raiders. I just want to see who's going to drop to the second round. And we can look at it like we'll start working from there. And then the third round and then so on and so forth. We might even throw a possibility of what would it look like if we traded out of number one? See what we get. Yeah. Just to throw it like a possibility and see what it look like. We because that.
What are you doing?
Yeah, no. They're like, what are you talking about? Like, what are you doing? Nah, yeah, for sure. Nah, man, we appreciate everybody coming through. Thomas says, I actually really want Malachi Fields, 6'5". He could be the next Megatron. Will go down with Brock and Genty. Didn't he run like a really
Megatron that's don't put that on that young man.
Megatron he ran a 4.3 40 plus inch vertical.
Yeah, he could be the next Andre Holmes. He could be a souped up Andre Holmes.
Damn, Andre Holmes. That's the projection. Oh, that's goofy. Okay, you looking at it from that perspective, the whole package, return punts.
Yeah, Casey is dynamic. That's the thing, bro. Casey Concepcion, he's dynamic as hell. The problem you have about him is that a lot of his catches came near the line of scrimmage or behind the line of scrimmage, and they're like, all right, you do you. And he was cooking. But he's a guy that if you can harness his playmaking ability, you got you somebody. But like you said, I still got Denzel Boston higher than him, but it's not a wide gap. They're right there.
So okay, so
they're
then okay, if
Denzel Boston is receiver 4, he's probably I'm trying to think. Tyson, Lemon, and Tate are the top 3. Boston probably 4. So yeah, it'd be they're right there, 4 or 5. 4 and 5.
Did he do any testing here? Let's see. Is he didn't even. Okay. He didn't run.
He run.
Okay.
That concerns me.
He didn't.
Like dudes that don't run. Unless he's hurt.
He didn't run or he didn't do any testing. So yeah, I don't know if he's hurt though.
He might have been hurt. He might have been hurt, I think.
So maybe we have to.
Yeah. So,
oh man, one of the weaknesses for him is he possesses average top end speed.
Oh really?
So he might be really. He might have a nice burst.
He's dynamic.
Yeah. He's strengths are outstanding acceleration over the first 15 yards of the route. Elite short.
Long,
yeah, elite short area footwork and separation quickness. So he's probably quick more than fast.
Yeah, he's quick as hell, bro. He's electric with the ball in his hands.
Let me see. Oh, he's 6 foot. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He's not small, but he's not he's not that 6'4" guy.
Yeah. Damn. So if he was there at 36 and Denzel was there at 36, you would go for. I couldn't do
If
it.
if
I'm
he's there
sorry,
at 36 and Denzel's there, so I'm going Denzel.
I'm
I got
going Denzel,
Denzel
bro.
over him, but
You're
if we
tripping,
miss
bro.
out on Denzel,
You're
I'm
tripping.
not mad at. I'm not mad at
Hey,
him at all.
see, this is where this is where we differ. Like some people will be like, well, he gives you special teams value. Like, nah, I don't think it's that close. Where I'm gonna give.
Yeah.
Oh, he gives special teams. I'm gonna go with KC. No. I think Denzel's better.
Yeah.
I think
Because
he's
look,
better.
because if we get Ted Hurst is 6'4". Ted Hurst ran a 4.42, 4.4, 4.45, 4.45 or 4.42. It's either 4.42 or 4.45. I can't remember. But Ted Hurst is like he's that, and he was the number one guy for that team. Super productive. You know, he's skinny as hell though.
He's like everybody right now. Like, you know, every year the Senior Bowl comes around, and then like there's always like a few guys that come out of there where everybody's like talking about like kind of like the whole entire offseason.
Yeah.
He's one of those guys that's kind of been like since the Senior Bowl and on, like everybody's been talking about, but not like going in the first round, but more so like, you know, favorite.
Help the stock a lot.
Yeah, day 2 pick guy. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah.
Yeah, because he's from a lower level of competition. So usually, like the Senior Bowl is like it's great for guys like him that play at a lower level of competition. Like this is my time to show you. Like against some of the best players in the country, I can either hold my own or I can I can outduel these guys. And that's when he went to the Senior Bowl with a mission, and that's exactly what he did. So man, like if we ever get like him in the third, that would be smooth. And then if you want to go Lee Hunter in the second. Hey, I'm good with that. Like I said, he's a 6'4" guy with speed. He got a little bit of playmaking ability. He's not super quick. Probably needs a little bit of work on his route tree, but he's just a playmaker. I don't want to say Nico Collins, but he's like in that mold of a player.
He's 6'4", 206, ran a 4.42, 36.5-inch vertical. 1.5 10-yard split. He didn't do the 3 cone or 20 yard. He didn't do none of those drills.
Tall receivers should never do those, bro.
Because they'll expose. Because they'll expose them. Yeah.
Yeah. If you tall, bro, it's just difficult to do those drills. If you tall, like only tall receiver that's ever gonna do that ever probably did great in the drill like that or would do great in the drill. A guy like Julio. Julio would probably still like destroy those drills. He was just that kind of the athlete. But like if Kelvin Johnson would have did that drill, it would have been terrible. We saw DK Metcalf did that drill. It was terrible. Like it's just those drills aren't built for tall guys.
Yeah. Yeah. But I wouldn't. Would you say that he has potential to start? Man, the way our wide receiver room looks like, we can draft someone in the 4th and they'll probably start on the outside.
Yeah, bro.
We actually did. We actually did draft someone in the 4th and they started last year. Dante Thornton.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, you saw that one.
Yeah.
I have no faith in anybody on this wide receiver core.
Do you think Best starts next year?
Yeah, if we don't draft anybody, yeah. It'll be Jalen, it'll be Naylor, Besh, and whoever we draft in the 4th.
Damn, I'm not gonna lie. Like Kubiak's gonna be the most creative. If we have like let's say a solid offense, I'm gonna have hot man. I'm gonna give her a lot of respect for Kubiak just because like he's gonna have to find creative. Well, we're gonna have to run the football. We're gonna have to run the football, but
that's
then
where he's gonna cut his team.
And then find creative ways to get the ball to Brock, obviously.
Yeah,
but
yeah. I think that's what will make the biggest difference on our offense is our ability to run the footballs. I think that opens up the play action.
Mm-hmm.
Like you're able to do a lot of things. And a guy like Mendoza, hey, you might even start do a little RPO in there. He's comfortable making those reads.
Yeah.
I think him and Jack Besh, I think they'll probably develop some solid chemistry. Quick throws with Jack Besh over the middle of the field. Obviously, Brock. I think Michael Mayer, we saw what he's able to do over that last game. Let's see if he's able to build on that, and actually have a legitimate season where he shows he's worthy of being a second-round pick. Not just some bump.
Yeah, man. Michael Mayer, I'm like, it is what it is, man. It is what it is. But, hey, if we can get some type of value. To be honest with you, I think we do need a blocking tight end. But that's a whole different conversation. That's just draft talk. Like that's how we be paying attention to the team. Like we'd be like talking about the third string tight end. We need a third string tight end.
Facts.
I'm trying to look at, and I guess we'll get into like some of the other position groups as well. Like, I mean, we can get into some, like, I know nose tackle is a big position. We kind of got into it a little bit. Like, we need to address that. I'm not going to lie. We need a left guard. We need to sign somebody. At least.
I mean, they might feel comfortable with Meredith there. They might go back to what he did 2 years ago and say down the stretch, this was a guy. The analytics say he was one of the best guards in the league. Tape says he was pretty good as well. It wasn't until his last regime, started messing around with him, wanted to play him at center, that he kind of fell off. He's mobile enough. Is he the guy, the ideal point of attack guy where, like how he's going to do against Chris Jones? Not great, but who's going to do great against Chris Jones? Very few players in the league. So it's some give and some take with him, but he's intelligent and he's mobile, and I think he understands, like how to block people.
Hold up. Tyreek is available? Kind of forgot that. I forgot about Tyreek. The Raiders are talking to Tyreek. Let me confirm this real quick, man.
About what? Talking to Tyreek about what? They asking him about Jalen Waddle?
Yeah.
That's the only thing. That's the only thing they should be talking to Tyreek about.
I mean, just like I went through our wide receiver room, man, the depth chart. I'm like, man, it is ugly. Yeah. It is ugly. And you got a rookie QB coming in, so you want to have him have a smooth transition to the NFL while he's developing and getting used to the game. Yeah. But let me see if this is true. I don't know how true this is. Thomas, like, where did you see this at? Let us know. He wants to go to Atlanta. I can see that. I thought he was going to probably check in with the Chiefs. But I don't know. I
thought so too, especially with Bieniemy's back, because him and Bieniemy are tight. He credits Bieniemy for like making him a good NFL player.
Let's see here. Nate Hobbs goes to the 49ers.
Bro, what the fuck is 49ers, bro? They signed two of them. Nate Hobbs can't stay healthy.
Yeah.
they bringing him to the team that could not stay healthy last year. And then I think did they bring Dre Greenlaw back?
They brought him back.
What the hell are these dudes doing, bro?
Yeah.
What are they doing? What are they doing?
They're praying. They're hoping and praying.
Bro. They think like, look, if we throw all these injured players at this substation, like it can't hurt them all. It can't hurt them all. It's reached this capacity.
Yeah, man. He said AI on Google. Damn, AI out here replacing everybody. They gonna replace insiders, man.
Man, for sure.
Ain't nobody Adam Schefter. I'm listening to AI.
It's one insider they could for sure replace.
Oh yeah. Oh man,
that's probably all they do regardless. Let me get ChatGPT.
Rajon, you talking about Rajon?
Rajon, for sure.
Rajon, oh man, Rajon for sure could get replaced. He get replaced. Yeah,
I think it's a whole bunch of people on Twitter, man. Hey, I know it's cool watching on Twitter, but if you guys can hop over to YouTube, man, either my channel or Pharaoh channel, participate in the conversation, man. That would be much appreciated. Also, hit the like, man. See that cool football graphic.
Yes, sir. Definitely clock in, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell. I'm not seeing anything with Tyreek Hill right now. And the thing about Tyreek too, he's recovering from an injury. So
they got smoke. You see smoke? They got smoked, man. He's at the substation. Got him.
Damn.
The substation got him. See?
Damn, man. Smoke, man. You need to get out of there, man. You need to get out of there. That's all I can say, bro. Just get out of there.
Hey, watch.
Get out of
Smoke.
there while you can, man.
Watch. 10 years from now, it's going to be like one of them mesothelioma commercials. Did you or your loved one working? Like, did you live near the substation? Call 888.
Antonio Brown. Give me Antonio Brown, man.
You could be entitled to cash settlement.
But Tyreek was man, he had a run too where he was explosive. But Antonio Brown, that like 4 or 5 year run that he had, and like the respect that he had around the, like, it was crazy. Like, as crazy as Antonio Brown was, when people talk about Antonio Brown when he was on the like, especially on the Raiders, like Derek Carr, he was like best player he's ever seen in his life.
Bro,
and Derek played with Devontae, and he was just like, bro, Antonio Brown was like, he's always open.
Antonio Brown is different, bro. He's different. But Antonio Brown's probably the hardest worker I've ever heard about outside of maybe like Kobe.
Yeah.
Like, but like always working, bro, all the time. Like I remember one time, like it was like Antonio Brown like flew to like the Bahamas or something like that on some vacation. The fool got off the plane, like went to the beach and was working out. Like he's crazy.
Money Check says Tyreek is interviewing with Baltimore, taking a physical. Yeah, and it'd be funny, he'll pass the physical too. And he's still recovering from like a catastrophic injury that he had last year. What did he tear his ACL? He like, or is it Achilles?
He tore his knee into his tie. He tore his entire knee up, bro. It was bad.
Hey, did you see that graphic of man? He used to play for the Milwaukee Bucks. Came out of Duke. He not in the league no more. Oh man.
Damn, my guy. He
messed up his knee, non-contact injury, 2 years in a row.
Damn, what's my guy's name? Went to Duke. That was a terrible draft. Was that the draft with our boy that was in Golden State? I think that was the Anthony Wiggins draft.
Yeah.
And I think Joel Embiid was in that draft too, I want to say.
Yeah.
What was my guy's name? Dang.
Man, someone in the chat is gonna say it. I guess that's gonna be the mystery question of the day, man. Played for the Chicago Bulls. I think Milwaukee Bucks drafted him. Came out of Duke.
The Bucks drafted him, yeah.
The Bucks drafted him.
Josh? What's someone with a J, I want to say.
Or did the Bulls draft him? Damn.
I think the Bucks drafted him.
Jabari Parker. My God, money.
Yeah, something. Yeah, I knew it was with a J.
My God,
Jabari Parker. Yeah.
Jabari Parker. Bro, there was a graphic. It was a picture of him because he's playing overseas, and they're like you could see his knee, where the knee that he actually had like hurt, non-contact injury, went down and tore his ACL 2 years in a row. Bro, it's disgusting. It looks like caved in. I don't know if it's the picture. I'm guessing it's the picture. You know the way social media
like an optical illusion.
It looks crazy. It looks all like, man, like you can see the years of him like taking those injuries and it took a lot out of him too. So ACL injury should tell you like that is still a serious injury. But hopefully, just to bring it back to the Raiders, I'm hoping Kuntz can come back fully recovered. No question, no doubt about it. And then he comes back to I think maybe a system that favors him a little bit.
Yeah. He
stands up, you know what I mean? Like he'll be outside linebacker, uses athleticism. Hopefully he'll get back his explosiveness back. And then Rob Parker's probably, that's his position coach. So I'm sure he's going to find different ways to get him going. I know
Robbie Leonard.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, Rob Leonard. Yeah, Rob Leonard.
Yeah, like Rob Parker.
Rob Parker, man, he's funny, bro. Odd Couple.
Hilarious, bro. He got
a podcast, Odd Couple, with old boy. I'm forgetting his name, but
I think the other dude he's a Raider fan too.
Yeah. He went in. They went in on Baltimore. They went in on Baltimore. They went in on not just Baltimore. They went in on the 83 points.
Oh,
he's all like, he said we shouldn't call him Bam Adebayo. We should call him Sham. It was a sham. We should call him Sham Adebayo.
Rob Parker is hilarious. I met Rob Parker a few times, man.
Okay. Cool dude.
Like I met him, cool, bro. I met him right after he left ESPN. And I was just talking to him. I forgot what we were talking about at the time. But then I was asking him, I was like, man, what's the difference between like working at ESPN and working at Fox? He was like, ESPN, first of all, ESPN, their headquarters, their campus is in like Connecticut. He's like, bro, he hates the cold. Fox is in LA. Obviously, I met him in LA. He's like, Fox is out here, bro. He's like, much better living. He's like, when you work for ESPN, that's a Disney company, so you work for the mouse. So when you work for Fox, you work for the rat. So I was like, it's crazy.
Damn, that is wild, bro. Oh man, and he walked away when he said that.
Nah, he said something. He was talking something else.
That'd be funny if he just walked away when he just said that.
Like, bam, mic drop. I'm out. Sham Adebayo.
Sham Adebayo, man. Sham, man. That's crazy. But I'm telling you, everybody is not like when you score 83 points, that should be celebrated. Like no one's
celebrated, bro. We should still be talking about it. That should be the biggest news everywhere, bro. And nobody even talk about it no more. I feel like everybody moved on already.
Yeah, I kind of feel bad. Like it's like, damn, like come on, man. He scored 83 points, man. Y'all shouldn't be hate. Like I won't even call it hating, but I gotta watch the game. I gotta see like the last, especially. But like if I see it, I know I'm gonna be disgusted because I just seen 43 free throw attempts and I was like, damn. Yeah, that in itself,
I saw the
like
highlights. It was disgusting.
It's ugly, man. But hey, man, we appreciate everybody coming through. Make sure to clock in at this point, clock out, hit that like button, hit that subscribe, hit that notification bell. ESPN used to be dope, but straight booty cheeks these days. Hey, yeah, man. Hey,
I ain't watching no more, bro.
I'm telling you, bro. Hey, man, Around the Shield 50-50 show, man. Come tap in with us, man. We here every week, man. So definitely come through. We have real conversations about the team. Hey, and sometimes we change it up. We talk about different stuff too as well, every now and then. Half his points were free throws. Yeah, it's crazy. It's wild, man. It's wild. And I heard like the last quarter, it was just like
disgusting.
They were up like 20 or 30. It was hella obvious, and then like they were fouling him, and
yeah. It'd be like if somebody was close to breaking like the record for most passing yards in the game, and then like they're winning, they're up by 3 touchdowns though, and like we're calling timeouts to stop the clock, and doing like just weird stuff. The other team has the ball, and like we're like, oh, timeout. We got to get the ball back just for this guy to break the record. It was like just nasty.
Yeah. It is what it is, man. That's the state of NBA basketball, man. I haven't really been fully tuned in like that for a reason. Hold on, man. Let me see. Tap in who. Hey, let the people know what your name is and where you calling from.
I'm calling from California. Yeah, I'm from Sacramento, and I've gone to like 100 Raiders games.
What's your name, bro?
I'm Dave Schroeder.
Dave, man, appreciate you calling in.
I'm a Raider fan. Yeah, right on. So like Max Crosby got disrespected by the Ravens.
Yes, sir. He did.
And I just want to let everyone know how much respect I have for Max Crosby. He's an ultimate player, man. He's like he's going to do so much this year for the Raiders. I hope to hang on to him. So I'm just saying, Raiders, hang on to him and don't trade him. You got Linderbaum. You got your linebackers. Mm-hmm. I think you guys are doing great. Yes.
No, definitely.
That's all I got to say, man.
Man, appreciate you calling in, Dave, man. Appreciate the call.
Yeah, thank you.
For sure.
All right. Bye. Yeah, man, he just wanted to call in and, chime in on the Max Crosby situation. Yeah, I agree. I think the Raiders are in a situation where, I don't think they have a lot of options. I think what's happened here is that, they got screwed by the Ravens, and the people that they were negotiating with, they're probably not coming back with the same offers that they had on the table. So it is what it is. But I think, Max Crosby recognizes the whole situation. I think Spytech and everybody in that Raider organization recognize it. And for right now, I think he's back with the team. And I could see Max just continue to be a Raider. And I think he's doing everything to move on and, let people know that he's fully locked in with the team. I know he announced it on social media that he's back. You know what I mean? It's meant to be. He's back being a Raider. He's posting all types of Raider stuff. So I think everything right now is good. Does it mean that he's going to be a Raider long term? We'll see. But
we'll see.
Yeah.
I mean, it could be a situation like, look, he could be here, depending on how our season is going. We're not going to get the first this year and the first next year, but it could be a situation where, a team is they're gearing up for a playoff run, and they're a pass rusher away at the trade deadline. We got Max Crosby back fully healthy. He's playing well. Maybe we're not playing well. We got trash for wide receivers, so that could be the case. And we're playing the NFC West this year, where 3 teams went to the playoffs. All of them won playoff games. 2 of them were in the NFC Championship game. So we could have a bad record at that point where we're looking at a potential contender that's a pass rusher away, saying, hey, you know what? We're willing to give up a first this year because we know it's going to be a low first, and a first the following year to secure Max Crosby for the stretch run and really, put us over the top for a potential Super Bowl run. So we may revisit it later, or we might just hang on to him, man. We'll see.
Yeah, no, facts. I'm trying to. Oh, we got a Baltimore Raven fan in here. Oh man, don't do that. Don't come in here, man. No, everybody's welcome, but this is not a good time for a Raven fan to be here, man. Because I know you about to say something that I don't like. But yeah, man. For me, when I think about Max Crosby coming back, I'm kind of intrigued a little bit with the pieces that we had on defense. I'm like, oh. Now it kind of makes the Raiders' plan in the draft kind of interesting, because now, how we thought about when we had that 14th pick for a couple of days, we're thinking about we're gonna draft big, and we're thinking about hey, let's upgrade the offensive line. Now you could be let's upgrade the defensive line. Let's get a nose tackle in the second round, and then that front seven, that defense, kind of looks. It seems kind of interesting now. Now, the defense looks like they got a little bit of talent. So the Raiders can actually, do you think about it, from rounds 2 and 3, they can focus in the trenches. You could
wide receiver.
You wouldn't want a wide receiver, but they could. Let's say it's funny. I hit up Marcus and I was talking about Pregnon, right? I was asking him about Pregnon, what his thoughts on him. He thinks he's going to be available in the 3rd round. Emmanuel Pregnon. If he drops all the way to the 3rd round, and that's a guard that, coming from Oregon, before that'd be crazy if he dropped from, because I've seen mock drafts where he's taken in the 1st, at the very least the 2nd, but the 3rd round, if he's there, I'm just saying, you upgrade, plug-in starter, left guard, boom.
Yeah.
And then you got a plug-in starter, nose tackle, boom. And then you got pieces on the defensive line. Obviously, we talked about the linebackers, and then obviously the secondary. We maybe grab a safety in the 4th. Hold on 1 second. Let me.
What we got going?
All right, hey,
man.
What's going on, Dave?
Man.
What's going on?
Thornton's going to be a badass this year. Thornton is a tall, lanky, badass receiver. Draft one more, they're good. That's all I got to say. I'm hanging up.
All right, man. All right, appreciate you calling in, man. Appreciate it.
Yeah. He got the point across and he dipped out, man. I can't say that I agree with him, but hey, bro.
Thornton, man, I look, last year I liked Thornton coming out in the 6th round. I felt makes sense to draft, but the Raiders drafted him in the 4th round, and they started him right off the gate, which I thought was interesting.
Yeah.
And what he showed us is that, man, I think he has a lot to work on. He has to have a good offseason for me, at least like have hope for him in his future with the Raiders, to be honest with you. If he gets better, works on his game a little bit better, I think, like I said, his ceiling to me is just being a deep threat, and not the type of deep threat that you would think for a 6'5" receiver, just more so like he has that speed, and if he could utilize that speed and get better at, kind of getting open down the field, then, hey, we've seen guys that can be productive and get open down the field without having to jump up and get the ball up in the air, because that's not his game. Because if you're expecting, because a lot of people, when they think of Dante Thornton, they'd be like, oh, he's 6'5". He's 6'5", yeah. He has the speed. They add the size, but that's not how he plays. He doesn't play he doesn't play up to his size, so that's not his game.
Yeah. Yeah. And man, and that's what I was telling people. It was like, bro, dude has a 32-inch vert, bro. He ain't winning no jump balls. But people kept saying, oh, he's tall though. He's tall. Like, bro, I don't give a damn how tall you are, bro. You got a 32-inch vert, bro. You're gonna struggle. And you're not like a big body guy. He's gonna be like anybody remember Will Fuller? He went to Notre Dame.
Yeah.
Texas, Chatham. He's gonna be like just a tall Will Fuller. Like a tall Will Fuller. And Will Fuller, when Will Fuller was good, Will Fuller was good. But that's how he won. But we kind of understood that.
Hold on, we got a call, man. We got the one and only, man. We got the one and only Smoke calling in, man. What's good, bro?
The one and only, they can't clone me, baby.
What's good, bro?
What's up, man? I stopped by showing some love. What's up?
Nah, I appreciate you calling in. What's up, bro? Like, what'd you think of this offseason, man? What you think is going on with the Raiders, bro?
Well, now, first and foremost, man, how's the recovery going, man?
Yeah, man. Everything's smooth, man. Everything good?
Oh, yeah, everything's good. A little bump in the road, but thank God everything's good. I blame it on the substation.
Blame it on the substation, man. But hopefully get well soon, man, for sure. Sure.
Thanks, man. Thanks. Real quick, I wanted to tap in because I had a conversation with my barber today, and he's on the he's on the idea of he's on board with having Mendoza sit behind a veteran for either half a year or a year, and I'm kind of on that. I kind of want him to start right away, just because I feel like, as a rookie, the only way that you'll learn is if the bullets are flying, right? And so there's only so much he can do sitting behind watching for half a year or a year. And he's kind of on board with, him maybe sitting half a year or a year behind like a Kirk Cousins or a veteran quarterback. So I kind of want to know what you guys think.
Nah, facts. I've heard that as well. I heard that the Raiders are interested in Kirk Cousins coming into the to the Raiders. And if Kirk Cousins coming to the team, first of all, Kirk Cousins comes, he's going to try to get every dime, penny, dollar that he can get from the team. So it's going to be, I want to see what that contract look like, first of all. And then I think Kirk Cousins wants to start. So it's going to be, I don't know if he would want to come to the Raiders if he's not offered like a starting job, like at least right off the gate, like if he's going to start. But me personally, yeah, I want Mendoza to like use it. Because be honest with you, if we're being honest, I don't have high expectations on how the Raiders season is going to go next year. Not to say that they're going to be a bad football team. I just know that they're like in transition. They're going to be a young team, a developing team. So why waste the year? Use this time. Use the reps that like a rookie QB would need. But then you got guys in the building like Tom Brady, and you hear Spytek talk about the position. They're like, let's ease him into the game. Like let's not have him start right away. But if he wins the battle in training camp,
exactly,
you're gonna deny him the position to start. That's my thing, man. What's your take on this, Severe?
Yeah, I mean, the Raiders kind of already stated their intention to have him sit for part of the year at least, and potentially the entire year. But yeah, I'm with you guys. Where if he wins the job, now if we bring Kirk Cousins in, long term, is Mendoza a much better quarterback than Kirk Cousins? Potentially, yeah. But I think it's in the competition. Like at that point in time, there's a good chance Kirk Cousins could win that competition just with his experience in the system and him being an NFL veteran. And Kirk Cousins should come cheap. So I think it's a lot like Russell Wilson, where it's an offset language, so we can pay him the veteran minimum, and then Atlanta's paying the rest of his contract. But Kirk Cousins is not coming here to mentor. Kirk Cousins is coming here to play. Kirk Cousins is a survivor. You don't get paid as much as he has for as long as he has by not having good survival instinct. So he's out to get every dollar he can. He might be the kind of guy that might just knife Mendoza, might sabotage him. You never know. Like he's in it to win it, and he made it very clear in Atlanta he's not there to be a mentor, and I don't think he's coming here with that intention.
I've been hearing that Kirk Cousins has been connected to the Raiders, but I'm like, man, like Kirk Cousins was mad about the whole situation in Atlanta, like where he came to there thinking that he was going to start, and they drafted a young QB, so he didn't like that situation. So what makes you think he's going to come to a situation with the Raiders where it's clear that they're going to bring in a quarterback? So I just don't understand that. I think like a Jacoby Brissett type, that understands like, hey, look, he's here to kind of bring along the young guy, but also like he has the potential to go out there and start some games as well. Like that type of quarterback that can come in and at least have like a little bit of a mindset that I'm trying to help this young guy too as well. I don't know, like Kirk Cousins, he might come in here like I ain't trying to. He might come in here. I don't want to help Mendoza.
He might,
and that's kind of dysfunctional. I don't want that situation, but
yeah. And then if you look at Mendoza, Indiana, through the first five games of the season, it was pretty bad. Then games like 5 through like 9, he started improve, or 6 through 9, he started improving, getting better. And then like 9 and until the rest of the season, obviously that's when he kind of went on his run and became Heisman Trophy winner and number 1 overall pick. So like if you kind of let him take his lumps early and let him learn on the fly, like he's shown that he has the ability to do that and to improve as the season goes on. So like might as well, if you're investing that in him, you might as well give him an opportunity to do that from day one.
Yeah, man. But Smoke, bro, what'd you think of the Max Crosby situation?
So I was about to touch on that real quick too, because I've been watching Severe so long that he's kind of his thinking is kind of rubbing off a little bit, because I'm not gonna lie, man. Once Max got traded, I was pretty juiced looking at the 14th pick.
Yeah.
I felt like we can get a potential, starter. And so now that it's got rescinded and he's back, it's not the worst thing, but man, those 2 first-round picks were nice. It would have been real nice.
Yeah.
My dog Smoke, man.
I'm usually the optimistic one, but man, Severe and his I don't agree with him on the Mendoza thing. That's my guy, but
you a Cal fan? That's
yeah, man. I really was looking forward to those first-round picks, man. They were nice,
Yeah,
but that's why I want the trade though, to help Mendoza. Like we getting Mendoza. This is already that's happened. Like this ain't no way out of there unless Mendoza like catch a case or something like that out of nowhere. But we drafted Mendoza, so that's why I want the 14th pick to help Mendoza. Like, hey, give this guy something year 1. Give him I was looking at Mendoza and Mekhi Lemon, bro. That could be Mendoza, Mekhi Lemon, and Ashton Genty. We already working on the offensive line. That could be a trio right there that could help turn around the fortunes of the Raiders going forward. So, man, like that's what I was hoping would happen. But now, like Mendoza's gonna be throwing back shoulders to Trey Tucker. But that's a small ass window to try to fit that pass into.
No,
yeah, you know what? At the same time, though, I mean, it's like, okay, it's a done deal. He's back on the team. I do think with the pieces that we added on, free agency on defense, I think it kind of makes it a little easier for Max to come back and kind of, try to mend things with the front office and stay with the Raiders another couple of years, or maybe he restructures and then we can get a couple more other pieces. But those first round picks, man, it would have been nice.
No, facts, 100%. Hold on 1 second. Yeah, man, but you know, it is what it is. I know that we had like a Raven fan in here talking about like, oh man, like the Raiders are the reason why like the deal didn't go through. And that's what Baltimore media and the Baltimore Ravens are pushing out there. It's the Raiders' fault. It's the Raiders' fault the deal didn't go through. But you know, it is what it is, man. Like you've been a Raider fan long enough to know that like stuff like this happens all the time, bro. Like we're kind of used to this. We're kind of like numb to this. That day where it happened, I was disgusted by the Ravens, but to be honest with you, it's like it kind of, I don't know, it kind of caught me off guard a little bit because I was like, man, I just can't. I posted a video the other day. I'm like, oh man, like look, Spytek's in his bag. Look, he picked up Linderbaum and got 2 first-round picks from the Ravens. I'll take that every day. Every day. We still got Linderbaum, but you know, it is what it is. And I don't think the possibility of him getting traded is completely out the water. Like I think there is a possibility that if a team kind of contacts the Raiders at some point this offseason, it might be after the draft, which is ugly. Like I wanted a first-round pick in this draft, but you know, if a team offers 2 first-round picks after the draft, are you taking it? Smoke?
Yeah, oh yeah. I mean, if the Cowboys offered a first-round pick this year or next year and a player, I'd take it.
Yeah.
For Max right now.
Yeah. No, for
I'm
sure.
cool with that.
For sure.
12,
And that's what's gonna happen is like they're gonna like Max and Spytek and everybody like they're gonna play the game. Like they're just gonna let time kind of heal wounds and just like let his value kind of go a little bit better. Like, you know, Max is probably going to get a lot more healthier. And like, as time goes on, like, I think someone's going to come up to the plate. It might not be 2 first-round picks. It might be like a first and a second and maybe a player or something like that.
Don't get me wrong, man. I love Max. You know, I've seen people crying over it. I mean, I get it. I mean, personally, I wouldn't cry. You know, that's teach his own. But, bro, no one's bigger than the Shield, dude. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, bro.
If we can better the team and get more talent, I'm with that.
Yeah, man. Bro, hey, man.
Especially when he didn't want to be there.
Yeah. And I appreciate you watching the show, man. We like, it sound like we kind of like on the same page when it comes to like on our thoughts on the team. Is like, I feel like when we talk about the team, when we have
dark side smoke.
Oh man, he's definitely on the dark side, man, for sure. When we talk about the team, we're not talking about the team to trash them. We're talking about the team to see how they can get better. So when they don't get better or they don't make the right moves, we're gonna like be like, what are they doing? Why did they hire this guy? Why did they go after an elderly man like Pete Carroll? Why did they, you know what I mean? Why did they go after this guy? Like, why did they pick up this guy? Like, we're gonna criticize it. Why did they take her? You know, like Severe probably gonna be like, why did they take a running back at number 6? You know what I mean? Why are you taking a running back at number 6 or whatever the case may be?
Still wondering.
But, you know, hey, look, it's good to have those conversations because they real. Like, a lot of people are not gonna, they're gonna try to, you know, sometimes, you know, during the off season, they try to be so positive, like everything is nice, sugar, like they try to make it so perfect, like nothing could happen. But and then the fans will get hella mad during the season, like, why is it not working out? Because it was never meant to work out. It was a bad decision to begin with.
We were ass cheeks with him. You know what I mean?
Exactly, bro.
Bro, we were buzzed.
Yeah.
So he's a great.
He won
great player,
3 games last year.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. He's a great player, but dude, like, we were buzzed with him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Yeah. And the thing is too, he's with the team for 7 years. So like I try to break it down this way. Like, the Raiders failed Max. They failed Max. Like, they couldn't put together a great defense. Like, and that's been the Raiders' problem for a long time because a lot of instability at head coach and front office. It creates a team of like, you can't build a football team. And they couldn't do it with Max, and his prime is literally going, and you got to trade players like that before you have to trade players like that.
Exactly.
I mean, let's keep it real. Max is one injury away from knee injury from being Penny Hardaway. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, he's had 2 major knee surgeries. Like,
yeah.
Come on, man.
Yeah. Because you could see it. See, now you like you can see it coming.
Teams, NFL teams, if you're listening, don't listen to Smoke. Max is fine. Now listen.
Oh yeah,
True,
no.
go ahead
want-
trade
they
those
want to
2
hire
first
me.
round picks for him. Max is all right.
Max is gonna play elite for the next 10 years. For
Max
next
is
10
a
years,
picture
bro.
of health. He's a picture of health, y'all. Don't listen to what Smoke's saying. Pass
Hey,
him on that physical.
Smoke, real quick before I let you go, man. Like one last trade scenario. Would you trade Max for a first round pick and Brian Thomas Jr. right now?
Oh, I'm taking that in a heartbeat.
Oof. I don't know, man.
Look, we're good with we're better as a team right this moment with Max. Yes, but we're thinking long term, bro.
Yeah. No,
You know
no,
what I mean?
for sure.
We're thinking 3 to 5 years ahead.
Yeah.
But I want them
Sustained,
picks.
Success.
I want them picks though. That's where I stand on it. I want them picks.
Right.
Don't give me someone else's failed experiment. I don't want that. You could throw it in after you give me some picks. You give me some picks and Brian Thomas Jr. Oh yeah, hey, bring him on down. Bring him on down. But don't try to tell me that, hey, we'll give you a first round pick instead of giving you another first or another second. Well, we'll give you this guy named Brian Thomas Jr. You remember him? He had a tough year last year, but don't just ignore that. Ignore that. I don't want that. That sounds a little bit too risky. But I don't like, maybe I'm a little bit on the conservative side. I'm a little bit on the conservative side when it comes to them type of deals. But Smoke, I guess, we got people calling in left and right, man. Smoke, man, appreciate you calling in, bro.
Hey, real quick before I get off. Don't worry, Raider fans. Hope is on the way. There was something in the air that night. Right, Samir?
My guy, Smoke is a fool. My guy, Smoke is a fool.
Hey, man, Smoke, man, appreciate you calling in, bro.
I'm clipping that
Hey, much
shit.
love,
I'm
much love,
clipping
y'all.
that.
Appreciate it.
All right, man, salute,
Y'all
man.
be blessed.
Yeah, you as well, bro.
Yes, sir.
Peace.
All right, man.
Yep.
All right.
Get better, man.
All right, man. Hey, man, that was Smoke. All right, we got people calling in. See, when we about to leave, y'all want to call in. That's crazy.
Exactly.
That's crazy. Hold on 1 second.
A shout out to my guy Raider Jeff. If Ricky Deli and DHB had a kid, Thornton.
Can you hear us?
Thornton ain't even that good.
Coach, can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Hey, can you hear? All right, what's good, Coach?
Yeah, I had to call in because you guys are talking about the Ravens and all the mess that just happened. And, well, after that whole thing went down, it just really showed, like, how not just their organization, but, like, all NFL fans. Because, you guys know that I hate all NFL fans. And there's a reason why. Because after that whole ordeal went down, everyone was saying that it was the Raiders who were at fault for what happened. And any person of sound mind knows that it was the Ravens that were at fault. And the Raiders, they did their thing. Everyone knew what the deal was. But yet, after all that, the media, the Homer NFL fans, they all said it was the Raiders. And you see, that's the kind of nonsense that really pisses me off.
Yeah.
So you guys wonder why I never stick around when you guys have like other NFL fans on your shows, because I don't like them. All right, they make me sick. All right, I wish nothing but the worst for all of them. The worst.
Coach, go quick.
And that is what you laugh, but it's the truth. You know the Raiders, they didn't do anything.
Oh,
it was
man.
the Ravens. They a scumbag organization.
Scumbag.
So I just had to get that off my chest. The whole thing makes me sick, violently ill.
Shout out to my guy, Coach, man. That might be the juice, man. That might be the jumbo
What
juice.
the hell Severe's got against Ami?
I don't got nothing against Ami, bro. When Ami starts performing, I don't like people that aren't good. So when Ami starts performing, bro, he'll get props.
I ain't trying to
No, what Ami is? Ami is another NFL fan. He's a fan of opposing team. That's how you feel about them. Is how I feel about Ami.
Nah,
He
man.
makes me violently ill.
Nah, man. All right, I'm gonna hang up. I ain't trying to hear all that. Man, that weak
All
sauce.
right, coach, man. Hey, coach was in
The
my
biggest
chat the other day
oh,
sniping fans.
oh man, I'm out of here.
Coach out of here, man. Nah, man, he got a point, bro. I was pissed off at the Ravens, and I wasn't really mad at the fans or anything like that. But as you know, you're on social media and you're like, commenting on the whole situation. These Raven fans have the audacity to come into my feed, into my post, and to leave comments like, "What are you talking about? The Raiders left out key information. That's why they had to cancel the trade." And yada yada yada, and just start spewing out the narrative that was pushed onto them by, I'm sure, the Ravens media and everybody that's in their pocket. And I'm like, man, get that shit out of here. It's some scumbag shit. Like, why did you wait 4 days later? 4 days later, like, you guys agreed to a trade, and then you guys tried to renegotiate the trade. I'm sure you had some time to think about it before the physical. And when the Raiders said no, rightfully so,
they canceled the trade.
You have that physical and be like, you probably told the doctor, like, hey, whatever comes out, fail the physical. You got your doctors to fail the physical.
For sure.
And they try to come out like, oh, we had independent, doctors come in. Bro, he's recovering from a procedure. You had all this information already. And then some Cowboys fans kind of chime in, oh, well, that's why the Cowboys are out of it. Bro, the Cowboys reportedly had a first round and a second rounder on the table. The Raiders said no because the Ravens offered 2 firsts. You see how the narrative just changes? Like, they just come out with like just trash. But it is what it is, man. It is what it is. The Raiders are still. It's not like we're not. Hey, Max is back. He's gonna play with the team. For what we know, and there's still a possibility he might get traded. But if he doesn't, we still got a great player. We added great player or some good talent in free agency. If they have a really good draft, hey, it might be at least a watchable team this year. You know what I mean? It might be some improvements. Yeah. I want to see improvements, man. I just want to see an upward trajectory with the team. That's where I'm at with the team. Like, I'm not gonna call my shot and say like, oh, the Raiders are gonna do this and do that. Like, they have to go out there and prove it. I don't know about y'all. Like, y'all, I'm not gonna be telling y'all like, hey, the Raiders are gonna go out and do this. No, they have to go out and show me that they can actually put out a good product on that football field. We can actually see some players that are like, oh man, they have potential. We've seen some of these guys flash. Like, obviously Brock Bowers, his first year, man, we can talk about Brock and be like, yeah, this guy's legit. Everybody else got to go out and prove it. You know what I mean? Like Genty, he flashed, but I got to see more. It's not like I got to see more. Like, I'm still like, all right, I got to see what you gonna do with the offensive line, and what you gonna do with a good play caller, what you gonna do with a good offensive system. And hopefully Kubiak brings that to the table. And Kubiak is a guy that needs to go out there and prove it. So it's still early in the offseason. So I'm not going to go out here and say that this is going to happen, that's going to happen. But at the very least, I want to see some improvement with this team. And, hey, Max Crosby coming back is not going to make the Raiders worse, especially in the short term. But, that trade just makes you think about, like, the long term. We were looking forward to that 14th pick. I'm not going to lie. I was gonna do that mock draft, man. I was really about to do that mock draft. Hey, Jeff, I forgot to my bad, man. I forgot to acknowledge the super chat. He said if Ricky Dudley and DHB had a kid, it was Dante. Damn. That's wild, bro. Oh man, Dante don't deserve that, man. Hayward Bay, like, as soon as I see him, like, man, I had like 49er fans in my ear just telling me like, man, this dude is trash. Like just roasting everything about. And you know what? He got, like, it wasn't his fault that he was drafted that high. Like, no one. Yeah. But it was just like, man, I wanted Crabtree. I'll tell you that. I wanted Crabtree at number.
He was the third receiver. He was supposed to be the third receiver that year. It was Jeremy Maclin, Crabtree, and then him. He was the third guy. Was it mostly based on traits? Yeah, because the quarterback at Maryland was trash. It was mega trash. So you really didn't get to see, what he was with a good quarterback Then he got to the league, and he wasn't in a great situation with us. But he just wasn't a natural receiver. You could tell he wasn't a natural receiver.
He was not. And that's what makes it worse. He wasn't productive at all. You know what I mean? Like, he was a guy
his third year, he almost had 1,000 yards. But you get drafted that high, you want to do more than that.
And that was with the Raiders, right? That was with the Raiders, and that's the
that
Raiders.
Was the year before he left, I want to say.
And that was the Raiders like force feeding him the ball. Like, it was just like, man, but it was just a struggle. And maybe like, and it's off topic, but like maybe it was just because like a lot of pressure that he had being drafted high, and like, everybody was just like looking at his every move. Like, if he was drafted like in the 3rd round, people would be like, like whatever he gave you, you'd be like, oh man, that's cool. But like 1st round, people are expecting you to be, Hollywood, Showtime. Like, you got to come in and produce to a certain extent. Yep.
Yeah. I think in today's NFL, I think he'd actually be like a solid receiver. So I think they wouldn't try to fit him into a system. I think they'd accentuate what he does well, which is like, you get the ball in his hands, let him do some catch and run stuff. Like that's where he best fits. He's a big body that's fast as hell. He's had good lateral quickness too. He wasn't a guy that was good at running routes. He didn't have like, a great catch radius. So you gotta use him accordingly.
4 to 5 wins. Look, I didn't even say wins. I was just saying like, hey, look, I got to see some improvement from the offense, the defense. Like, I got to see something. Like, I got to see players where I'm like, all right, they're getting better. Yeah. It seems like the last couple years, it's just felt like.
Hey, let me ask you this, Coach. If we start Ami though, how many wins are we getting? we starting Ami at middle linebacker. How many wins are we getting? How many wins we getting in, Coach?
Man, damn, Ricky, that's wild. Whew. Got a veteran help on online, man. Yeah, I think JPJ benefits the most. You got a guy like, Linderbaum right next to you. He's gonna make him better. He's gonna make him better because I think he has route skill. He's big, fast, got it all. Check his tapes, family on sleeper, and this is I watch.
Yeah, you talking about Ted Hurst?
Talking about Ted Hurst. All right, okay, man. Hey.
Oh yeah, I like Ted Hurst. I mean, Ted Hurst he's been my sleeper for a little while now, so that's why Chris asked Hugh about him. He was the offensive coordinator with Georgia State last year, so
yeah.
Chris was like, yeah. I asked him. He said he's a beast. So
yeah, he's kind of like the Senior Bowl guy, man. One of the Senior Bowl guys.
Like Coach didn't change his tune. He's like, now it depends. It ain't 4 or 5 no more. If Ami starting, it depends now.
All right, man. But hey, man, we appreciate everybody coming through. Make sure to clock in at this point, clock out, hit that like button, hit that subscribe, and hit that notification bell. We're going live on both our channels, so definitely subscribe. Hit the like button. If it's your first time joining us, definitely subscribe to both. And then, it's that easy, man. Just clock in, hit that like button, hit the notification bell. You'll be notified when we go live. If you guys are watching the replay, definitely, hype the video, leave a comment down below. Let us know your thoughts, all that good stuff. And we appreciate everybody calling in, by the way, man. So this is, Around the Shield. This is where we speak to the nation. We want to make this show about y'all and just having that conversation. So we appreciate everybody in the chat, but we also appreciate everybody calling in and just conversating, letting us know like what your thoughts on the team. We joke around, just keep it respectful, obviously. And we will always welcome all the conversations. We don't have any problem with a difference in opinion, but we appreciate the calls, everybody calling in. And like I said, we're going to make this a weekly thing. So call in. You see the call in number. I'm going to take it down now so y'all don't call in right now. We got to head out. But Severe, let the people know where they can find you, what to look forward to, all that good stuff.
You guys know what it is, man. The Severe Raider here on YouTube, Snapchat, TikTok, X, IG, Kick, Twitch, everywhere. The Severe Raider, man. Holla at your boy. Tuesdays and Thursdays, the 50-50 show and Around the Shield with my dog PharoahNFL. Sundays and Wednesdays, the Raider Roar Room with Chris from Protected Shield and the 805 Raider. And then Mondays, I got a show popping off with two of my boys, man. So that's a little bit of a different show. So, Coach, earmuffs, that's not for you. But it hits on all sports, man, multiple teams. So tap in with your boy for that one. And yeah, man, just make sure if y'all haven't done so already, make sure y'all hit the like button, hit the subscribe button on both channels. I'm less than 100 away from 2,000, man. So appreciate everybody. So if y'all watching the show, y'all have yet to subscribe, please do so. And like I said, man, if you're over on Twitter right now, we got a bunch of people over on Twitter right now on X. Hop over to Pharaoh's channel or hop over to my channel. Make sure you hit the like button, hit the subscribe button.
All right, so look, we got one last call, man. What's up, Coach?
Yeah, I was just messing with you guys.
Cause of the fool, man. Man.
Hey, man. I guess on that note, man, we'll see y'all next week. 50-50 show. We'll obviously be here to talk about the latest and greatest with the Raiders, especially free agency, third wave. By that point in time, I think it's gonna be third wave, right? Yeah, probably second, third wave, right, of free agency. So we'll see if the Raiders address any of the moves. We'll continue that draft talk. Do we start? Should we do a mock? Should we start a mock next week? You know what I mean? Like, should we do it?
I'll see if I'm ready for that, man.
Yeah, I know, man. Right now, we still kind of recovering from not having a first round pick. Nah, I get you.
We mess around and trade Max between now and then. Oh, bro, I'm gonna be ready. I'm gonna be geared up for a mock.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be geared up.
Yeah, nah, for sure, man. But hey, man, we appreciate y'all coming through. We'll be back next week, 50-50 show, and obviously Around the Shield every Thursdays, man. And don't forget, man, the Collins shows are every Thursday. Follow us all over social media. Obviously Around the Shield on X and IG, and obviously PharoahNFL, The Severe Raider, all that good stuff. So, yeah, man, we'll see y'all next week. Peace.